So the president of Botswana, Mr. Duma Boko, is saying that he understands that illegal immigration is something that happens, and he's saying that he understands and he knows that majority of the people of Botswana don't want to be doing the jobs that the Zimbabweans get to do when they come to Botswana, and he understands that they are bringing a certain level of skills that makes things happen quicker and easier in Botswana, whereas the people of Botswana don't have those skills, don't even want to have those skills, like doing the hard labor jobs the people of Zimbabwe do. So he's saying he understands and there's no problem with Zimbabweans coming to his country, but he also wants to build his country for his people too. Listen here.
Has become so problematic, and the immigration laws, because the citizens of respective countries are fighting for resources with some who are not from that country. The issue of Zimbabwe.
Yeah. We've got to approach the issue of Zimbabwe somewhat dispassionately. Leave our emotions out of it and deal with the facts. What are the facts? The facts are there is, without any doubt, an influx of people from Zimbabwe into Botswana. They end up taking up the most menial of jobs. As a matter of fact, many of the jobs that they end up taking are jobs that our own people are not desirous. There's no serious appetite on our citizens for these jobs. And there's nothing wrong with not liking a particular job. And therefore, when an opening arises, you're not interested. But we also must acknowledge that there will be somebody else, either out of desperation or whatever reason, who will be interested in taking this job. And so that person comes in, without any doubt. How did this person come in? They came in illegally. But they are doing the job. They are already here. What do? We can choose to spend money and send this person back. The moment you leave this person at the border, they cross back and by the evening they are here. So, are we succeeding? No. How then do we deal with this situation? We could deal with it and when they are illegal like that, because they are hiding, they end up involved in crime. They end up exploited. And this exploitation makes it even more unappealing, because they will take this job for next to nothing. And so the employers, those who have these jobs, who are hiring them, prefer them to citizens because the citizen will want more. So there is a demand for people who will work for a pittance. So they themselves are exploited. Why are they exploited? They are outside the protection of the law because in the first place, when they came in, they placed themselves outside the protection of the law. So we want to deal with this thing and say, let us allow you to come in legally. Then you contest for the job, however you do. You get the job. The employer, because they can no longer exploit you as an illegal. The employers are now forced to bargain with you for a better pay. And if the pay rises, then maybe the citizen will see that this job is paying more than it used to. I'm now interested. I want this job. Then there's some competition there. But you can only achieve that if you take the initial step of ensuring that they come here legally. This is not to go and invite and say, just come and run us over. No.
It means you are not saying open borders.
No. We're not saying that. We are saying we recognize the challenge. Let us deploy strategies and approaches that are appropriately fashioned to deal with, so that they do not pose a security risk to us and to our people. Then they can be within the law. They can be controlled either by way of a temporary work and residence permit or a much longer term work and residence permit. We can control, we can manage them, we can account for them. Then we manage the situation. That is one part. The second is, at the same time, our people have not been given skills in sufficient numbers. We don't have enough electricians, artisans really. And so that is why if you go to any construction site in Botswana, 80% or more of the workers there are from Zimbabwe. It's a fact. And they have some of these skills that we have not cared perhaps or managed to impart to our own people. So one way of dealing with this is to address the skills deficit so that our people are available and they can step up. Then we are able to address this. But even more fundamentally, in the medium to long term, with a population of 2.4 million, an active workforce probably of about 300, maximum 400,000 active, unless you want to engage child labor or the aged. The active workforce will probably be in the region of 400,000. If we create the kind of jobs that we want to create in this economy, grow the economy and create jobs, then we will be able to absorb some of these without any difficulty. And rather than take a short-termist approach of hiding our heads in the sand, let us take a more proactive, sustainable approach of growing the economy, creating the jobs, ensuring the skills are available, they get absorbed in the economy, but those who can come in from outside and also give us skills that we need, we make it hospitable for them to come into our country. And we together build and grow the economy. In the medium to long term, with a population of 2.4 million, an active workforce probably of about 300, maximum 400,000 active, unless you want to engage child labor or the aged. The active workforce will probably be in the region of 400,000. If we create the kind of jobs that we want to create in this economy, grow the economy and create jobs, then we will be able to absorb some of these without any difficulty. And rather than take a short-termist approach of hiding our heads in the sand, let us take a more proactive, sustainable approach of growing the economy, creating the jobs, ensuring the skills are available, they get absorbed in the economy, but those who can come in from outside and also give us skills that we need, we make it hospitable for them to come into our country. And we together build and grow the economy.